That's the number one priority. Because when you confident, you can then become, again, look at the title right here. Physically, when you confident, you can become healthy.
Perfect.
When you confident, you start to then change self. You have the ability to change self.
Perfect.
When you confident, right, you're able to like get out of the whatever rut you in.
Perfect.
Right? When you're confident, you have an end in sight.
Perfect.
Or it leads you, or it allows you to have more energy to have an end in sight. That's what's so important about having confidence, right? You're not second guessing yourself. You're not dabbling in self-deprecating behaviors. You're not putting yourself down. Instead, you're building yourself up as well as building other people up. Super important.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Here's another glimpse in the life of Mr. Seldom. On a mission to heaven so he can tell me well done. He got all my secrets, he promised he never tell none. You're welcome. There's no other feeling like it.
What's up, everyone? It's Jamal Haki, channel dedicated to helping individuals unlock the will to conquer imagination. And if you truly believe in self, as well as the content being posted here on this channel, then we can indeed turn the you that's you to something more valuable. So we are back with another reaction video here on this channel, not the reaction channel. And this is another video to, once again, Psych to Go. Amazing channel. If you're not familiar with them, not subscribed to them, pause the video, do whatever you need to do, head over to the channel. They make good stuff. I think they post daily, and hey, they A1. Day one A1. Telling you right now. Oh! So the video that we will be reacting to today is 5 causes of emotional burnout. Now, I'm gonna be real with y'all. This don't really apply to me. I'm gonna tell you why. Like, I'm built like, well, I ain't gonna say what I'm built like. I'm just built different, right?
I'm built different.
I'm a very rational, logical thinking type person. I'm not really connected to tied to my emotional side like that, to that degree, right? And it's not necessarily that I'm detached. Has nothing to do with some type of upbringing or childhood trauma or anything like that. I'm just not really big with the feelings and emotional. Well, actually, I was pretty sensitive when I was young, but I'm not sensitive now. I'm pretty, well in tune, self-aware, confident in things of that nature, right? Because I had to build my value. I had to create my value. My value wasn't handed to me. Oh! I don't go through emotional burnout, but I'm curious to 5 causes of emotional burnouts, because by knowing, that puts me even a step ahead to avoid those things, right?
Perfect.
And even if I do experience it, I don't really notice it because my mind is not focused on that type of stuff. Once again, the will to conquer imagination.
Perfect.
I believe and truly believe I am one with self, and I conquer things that I encounter. Simple as that. That's just me.
Oh, is that so?
So let's go ahead and jump into this reaction video. Will we? Shall we? Let's do it.
To help you find the root cause of your problem, here are 5 possible reasons why you're feeling burnout.
5
Number 1,
possible.
no end in sight.
No end in
Does it
sight.
feel
Okay.
like you're just dragging your literal and figurative feet along each day to
So
function
basically,
as normally as you can?
somebody ain't got no goals.
When you're in a burnout, you would feel mentally and psychologically exhausted. The
Okay.
irony is that you know your routine for the day, but
Yep.
you're lost.
Yep.
You might feel like you don't know your direction in life because you can't see the end game, which
Yep.
is your purpose for being. Burnout happens even to the best of us. In a message accompanying his song, Abyss, even BTS member Jin described his experience this year as a
Interesting.
burnout.
By the way, shouts out to BTS. I actually have done some reaction videos to BTS songs, which are one of the more popular videos on my channel. The other channel that I have that has like close to 12,000 subscribers. So if you want to support me, head over to that channel. Yep, BTS.
Number 2.
Okay, so let's talk about that really quickly. So no end in sight. That's super important. That's why when I talk to people, coach people, help people. Now, when I say coach people, there hasn't been anyone that ever paid me. But there will be a time where that's going to happen, where I will be coaching individuals. When I have help people or coach people, right, they have to have a why. having a why helps to have an end in sight, or when we say end, that could be end of the hour, end of the day, end of the week, end of the month, end of the year, right? End of the next 5 years. Having an end in sight means a completion of the very task that you're doing, right? So when you have something in sight, you have something in mind and something to look forward to, and that's super important. So when you don't have that in mind, it's very highly susceptible for the person to experience the emotional burnout, basically.
Ability to change. Does the thought of switching jobs or trying something new seem like too much work? Do you see the process of change as daunting?
That's amazing.
Routine might feel like a drag, and yet it feels stable since you don't have to think much, just going through the motions of day-to-day life. This complacency in the midst of dissatisfaction is
Autopilot.
a temptation to resist change.
We're going to talk about it in a second.
Deep down inside, there is a paralysis to the habitual spot.
Ooh.
Change can happen if you can pull...
Hold on. Paralysis to the habitual spot. Ooh. Ooh. That was deep.
Pull your willpower from the depths of your burnout to awaken you mentally and emotionally to better your situation. Number 3, lack of support.
That's deep. Yo, this video is deep already. And we still got 3 minutes left. The paralysis to the habitual spot, right? The inability to change. When you don't change self, right? Wasn't the inability to change? When you don't change self or do different things, you will become stuck. I made a video on this before, and this is something on my other channel, right? The thing you have to do to get out of that paradigm, to have a paradigm shift, because you're stuck in the current paradigm that you're in, you have to implement new things and do different things, right? Rather that's waking up at a different scheduled time. You normally wake up at, like, let's say 12, and you want to do something different to become unstuck. All right, wake up at 8 a.m., right? So now you're providing and giving yourself more time, having more of the day instead of more of the evening. More of the day gives you more opportunity to go outside and do more things to allow for more energy. And plus, typically you have more energy in the day than you do throughout the afternoon and evening time.
Oh, is that so?
Support system. Is everyone
Lack
else too busy in their own lives?
of support
or
system.
are you reluctant to reach out?
Ooh.
Communication with family and good
The
friends sure
the
can make a
reluctancy.
difference. However, burnout makes it seem like they're too busy with their own lives.
Uh-huh.
They might find it hard to open up because you're still grappling how to describe your burnout. The fear is that they might not understand you, and you're not ready to hear their interpretations of your burnout. Taking a chance on trusted people can give you new ideas and spur you along to recovery. In BTS member Jin's case, he was able to approach his boss about his burnout. According to his post, Mr. Band,
She really is a
his
BTS
boss,
fan.
encouraged him to put his experience into a song, and he would gather the right people to help him and make sure it was the song he wanted lyrically and musically. Way to go, Jin's boss. Number 4.
Ain't Jin the one that's the really good dancer, right? Jin, that's the one that knows like a whole bunch of different styles, is really good at like contemporary ballet and modern and things of that nature. I could be wrong, but for any BTS fans that's over here, right, leave something. Dang, I forgot the name. I really forgot the names of the names of the members. But anyways, lack of self-confidence. Let's go ahead and get to that.
Self-confidence. Did you know during burnout, the hardest person to please is oneself? For real, you might be the first one to put yourself down. You might be so bogged down that you tell yourself that you can't do this right and you can't do that right either. You might misidentify yourself as the job,
Self-deprecating
or the routine,
behaviors,
or the duty, or the obligation, and no longer the person who you are. Thus, if the job fails, for example, you take it as a personal failure, which affects your self-confidence even more. Self-confidence goes hand in hand with self-worth and self-esteem. Like puzzle bricks, one needs to stack and build the strength to recognize one's talents and uniqueness to challenge and compete with the self again and break out of that rut of self-doubt.
That's deep.
And number 5.
Here's the thing though, with those puzzle bricks, right? Let's look at it like Tetris. when you start assembling things and putting things in the wrong place or position, right, you then can, again, I could say, lose sight of the vision, lose sight of what you're aiming for. So that whole lack of self-confidence, I'm going to be real with you, that's the number one priority. Because when you confident, you can then become, again, look at the title right here, physically. When you confident, you can become healthy.
Perfect.
When you confident, you start to then change self. You have the ability to change self.
Perfect.
When you confident, right, you're able to like get out of the whatever rut you in.
Perfect.
Right? When you're confident, you have an end in sight.
Perfect.
Or it leads you, or it allows you to have more energy to have an end in sight. That's what's so important about having confidence, right? You're not second guessing yourself. You're not dabbling in self-deprecating behaviors. You're not putting yourself down. Instead, you're building yourself up as well as building other people up. Super important.
Of course, of course.
Physically unhealthy. Do you often feel like not eating at all? Or sometimes do junk foods seem so comforting that you binge on them instead of eating healthy choices?
Anorexia,
Oh boy.
bulimia.
With burnout, the thought of health does not seem important to you. For some people, the right amount of sleep is rarely achieved during burnout, so this accumulates the longer the burnout is experienced. Thus, exercise is not in the picture because you feel so tired already. Overall, the energy is zapped from you, and when your body is weak, it drags your mental and emotional well-being down as well.
Interesting.
Please remember, there is hope in overcoming burnout. It is temporary if you tell yourself that you can bounce back. Helpful resources, people, and organizations are accessible
I'm gonna be
to
real.
help you make
I got
moves.
something to say on that one.
You certainly can do it, one step at a time. You can also refer to seek help from a professional if self-help seems
You gotta
to be
seek
difficult
help
to accomplish.
But wait!
I mean, look, I'm gonna just say it, and I kind of already said it in the video. That is an amazing video right there. I'm gonna be real with you. I think a lot of people need to see it. Now, here's what I will say though. Seeing the video will not... I'm just gonna say it. Looking at that video will not help someone get out of the burnout. That will only confirm that the person is in a burnout, but it won't help the individual get out of it. There are some things that it did like mention and sprinkle in there, like what you can do. Okay, so this is what it talked a lot about, what it looks like to be in that position, how a person may feel to be in that position. And it kind of like threw in like one or two things like, hey, if you're experiencing this, go tell your boss and they'll kind of help you out. Or if you're going through this, like have a, like, once again, the support system, lack of support system. One of the things that can help you is by having a solid support system to kind of help you through these things. A solid support system that you can actually go to kind of talk to or vent to about your situations or problems or your thoughts that you have going on, and they're able to kind of better navigate you through the issue to help you then get to the solution, basically. You know what I mean? But if you asking me personally, before you even get to the support system, right, it starts with self.
Perfect.
When you're able to unlock self and become aware of self, you're able to be better for self, and then it allows you to have the energy to then, reach out to others.
Perfect.
Now, there will be certain situations I will edge on the side of seeking help first to then bring out the best of self. Because there may be people who are so deep, who are so stuck to the point where, let's say for instance, you're driving, your windshield is completely covered. You ran out of fluid that you use to spray up to kind of help better wipe off your windshield, and it's completely covered. You cannot see past what is in front of you. All you see is a mess. Then yes, you need someone else to kind of help provide fluid for you to then use the windshield wipers to wipe off what's in front of you. They're not going to be driving the car for you. You're still driving the vehicle, but they can assist you in helping you to allow you to drive the vehicle better, more smoothly, more efficiently, right? And that's what I'm going to do in that video. Like, we can easily talk about that video and discuss more in the nature, the inability to change self, not having the insight, lack of self-confidence, lack of a support system, and just being physically unhealthy. You got to work out. You got to walk. You got to do something. Being physically fit is optimal, but just being physically healthy, period. I'm not saying you got to have a six-pack abs, but you got to put yourself in a state of mind that when you're literally physically better, you are better. Your mind is better. It's not cluttered, right? All that stuff is tied and connected together. Your physical, mental, spiritual, emotional self, those are all connected. So you just can't be good in one area, not good in another. Doesn't really make sense. Something is going to bring the other down, right? How you going to be physically fit but mentally unfit? That means when you're mentally unfit, your physical fitness is going to suffer. Yeah. That's it for the video, man. If you truly rock with the content, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share the video, hit the bell to be notified, do all that good stuff. Share the video for friends, family, people you want to see win. Right, this is Jamal Haki, channel dedicated to helping individuals unlock the will to conquer imagination. Right, the quality questions you ask then leads to quality answers, which then lead to quality results. Right, if you truly have some quality questions that you want to start asking, you can ask me, ask yourself, but they are then going to lead to the answers that you really want in life. And that's it for the video, man. So peace out.
It's the act of God. I used to act the fool, but now I act in movies. Actually, I'm just making moves. We still making music. Tell you about my past to secure my future. I'm all in my bag. Flow like a computer. That's a humble brag.